Wonderful. So yeah, just a nice, comfortable sitting position. And I would say if you have a block, would be nice to have it nearby. Yes, if you have a yoga block, then you could use it. And so just having a little moment here to come to ourselves. And it's Sunday, and hopefully it's sunny where you are. A great moment to just give ourselves a practice so we can take good care of ourselves. We can take good care of our energies, of our mind, of our emotions, and we can connect to our center. Right? This time that we are in, oftentimes we need to make an effort in order to pull ourselves back into the center when we went too far away with either in the future or into kind of mental stories and whatsoever, or fears or stuff, right? So much of uncertainty and instability and theory, which is not real, it's just people brainstorming and kind of like putting it out there because they can't just be still, right? So it's important that we practice this. No, I come back to the center, I come back to the here and now. And that's a very important practice for life. That's what we are doing every time when we go into meditation, that whenever the mind goes away with a story, then we pull it back. No, you come back here. No, you come back here. And now we get the chance to do this over day. Whenever we go with a story, then no, now you come back here. Here and now, in the now moment, it feels safe. It's solid. We are grounded. Everything is okay. That things are pulling us away into all directions where we might not feel so safe because we're not there, so we don't know, right? And unknown is always triggering fears and anxiety. So very important practice nowadays, so to say, to practice core, the core strength, the inner alignment, to come back all the time, back to the center, back into here and now. Stay what is here and now, and let the rest unfold. Yes, so we will practice a little bit this today. And for now, we can just have a moment to relax our bodies, to relax our face, to release our jaw. And taking a few breaths. Noticing how is the body, what can you soften, what can you release more. And just really landing into the body. So feeling your physical sensations, feeling your breath, feeling this now moment as it comes, as it is here. Noticing indeed if the mind wanders away, just pull it back here. Use your kind of core muscle, so to say, or your inner spiritual muscle, your mental core muscle, to kind of pull back to the center, to be here, to be on the physical. Sensing and feeling is always taking us back into the here and now. But then also to really sense the breath. Because every inhalation is there for us to receive, is there for us to nourish ourselves, to connect to a universal source, the flow of life that always carries us to where we should be. whether we are busy with this or not, but if you look back to the stories of your life, the chapters, how they unfolded, somehow miraculously you always were where you were supposed to be. Right? So there is a flow that always takes us where we are supposed to be, to complete our package, to complete our learning lesson, to complete our cycles. So that also means that everything that is happening to us has a deeper meaning or a higher purpose, or is part, so to say, of another higher cycle. The way we take things happening to us now, that's also part of a bigger learning curve. Doesn't matter who did what, but we are involved in it because we were meant to be involved in it. There is something to embrace here. And then also know, sometimes so interesting, I love to do that technique, that sometimes things are intense in our lives, and while we are in it we think like, whoa, this is really intense, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this, and etc, etc. But it's important to look back in your life. When else did you have a very intense moment that you thought, well, I'm not going to survive this, or I'm not going to be able to come out good from this situation, and at the end you did. You're here today. Yeah, so to put things into perspective, that no matter what is happening today, well, there will be an unfoldment, and so there is a greater river that carries us through life, and we can just drop into that stability of knowing that things are going to be taken care of. So allowing your belly, your chest to just move freely. And to dropping down into this state, like this is just another day, exactly another day, like 10 days, 10 years ago, 10 days ago, 20 years ago. For those of you you have memories from 20 years ago because you were not such a child yet. Yeah, so just relaxing in this moment. Letting the mind relax and not put this like, this is a big story. Oh, we've been through some big stories already. Yeah, so let's just drop that fear level, that stress level, that the media and so on are really pumping up. So we can just land into the Sunday that is just another Sunday on the beautiful river of our life. And try to settle in this and find a little gentle comfort in landing in this nice Sunday. So last 3 breaths here. See if you can maybe receive a deeper breath, an even fuller breath. And maybe have a nicer, longer, fuller exhale. And then slowly let's just have our hands coming together in front of our heart. And sense and feel how the top of your head is connecting to your heart, is connecting to your roots, right? Feeling this inner alignment, center line of the body, and our hands are connecting along that center line. And then let's just have 3 arms here. And with that arm, really just imagine that you send out a vibration of yes. Yes to life, yes to you, yes for this adventure that we are in. And yes, yes to the flow. So long inhale. And then slowly from here we can open our eyes gradually. And then on an inhale, we can just open the arms, awaken your fingertips. And then on the exhalation, again for grounding, we can just turn our palms down. And then imagine you draw all the energies down along the center line. All the energies from the mind, from, thinking too much or being a little bit, yet in our morning cloud. And to really ground in this now moment. So inhale, open. And then on the exhalation, slowly ground. And then one more time, inhale, open. And then gently drawing the energies down, choosing to be here fully with your intention, with your full presence. And then you can have the hands one more time at the heart. And if you want, you can set an intention for this practice. Is there anything specific that you want to shift inside of you? Anything that you would love to receive throughout this practice? Or anything that you are really busy with and you would love to dedicate this practice to that theme to be resolved, to be shifted, to find solution, to find guidance. And then from here, we can just slowly find our way into a child's pose. Yes, if you have music that you want to use, any kind of like energizing music, but not too dynamic, you could put it on for yourself. And so let's just land in a child's pose, either with open knees or closed knees. Just a little moment again to recenter ourselves, to ground, surrender, to let go, really drawing all your senses inwards, releasing all distractions, all stories from the mind. And just being here in the now moment, creating a space of love, of warmth, of kindness for yourself, embracing if there is any challenge going on, being patient with ourselves. And also embracing our wishes, our dreams, our visions, our aspirations. Right? I find it quite important that we're not locking the door on our dreams right now. That we keep having them, our visions, the ones that are really stoking our heart fire, that makes us really happy and joyful, that we are not just closing down to joy, closing down to our wildest dreams, so that we keep nourishing them each day and not taking the message that this is not possible. Forget about it. So creating this positive, inspiring, loving, and patient space for your practice for yourself today. And then slowly from here, we can start to move a little bit, coming forward. And then on the exhalation, gently going back. So a little bit of child's pose flow, and then inhale, coming forward with the knees open. And then on the exhale, slowly going back. The toes can be together. It's just a gentle flow forward and back. And the very last one. Coming forward with a rounded back and the exhale throughout your mouth. Accessing the deeper breath. Then coming up onto your knees, tuck your toes under, and gently press yourself up into a downward dog. Walking that dog out. Allowing this dog to be there for you, to serve you. To awaken your body, to maybe stretch parts that feel a little stiff since it's morning. And feel free to have some of those nice long exhales throughout your mouth, just really encouraging letting go, encouraging a flow of receiving and releasing. And one more breath here, long inhale. And then all the air out through your mouth. From here, start to come forward towards plank. And then finding that nice place where you're kind of horizontal, right? The belly is not hanging, we're kind of up here. And then from here, bending the knees, still keeping the toes tucked, and then gently pressing yourself back up into downward dog. And then coming forward again, bending the knees, and then gently going up. Moving with integrity, with core, with strength in a fluid way. And then slowly coming to downward dog back again. And from here, we're going to go into downward dog twist. So slowly take your left hand towards your right ankle. And then see if you can just gaze up from underneath your right armpit towards the sky and push the floor away with your right hand. Keep lengthening the spine. It's okay to bend the knees if you need to. And then slowly come back to the center. And then take your right hand towards your left ankle. And try to gaze from underneath the armpit up. And push the floor away with that left hand. Not hanging in the left shoulder. And then slowly both hands back to the center. From here, step or hop forward to the top of your mat. And then inhale, coming up halfway. Maybe fingertips on the floor, maybe hands over the shins. And on the exhale, slowly lower down Uttanasana. Also here, you can have a little lengthening. You can bend your knee. A moment to release the shoulders, your head, your neck. And for the last breath, a long inhale. And again, a full exhale throughout your mouth. Then coming up a little bit higher, maybe on the fingertips, maybe on your shins, or maybe just hover. And on an inhale, open the right arm up. If you need to, you can bend your knees. And then on the exhale, slowly, right hand is coming down. You can sit down a little bit deeper. And on an inhale, open the left arm up. Keep lengthening the spine, gaze up. And then slowly taking the hand down. One more time on each side. Inhale. Moving from the core. Keep lengthening the neck. And slowly hand down. Bend your knees, sit a little deeper. And inhale the left arm. Keep your belly in. Reach up to the sky. And slowly both hands down. From here, find your way to sit down a bit deeper. Body weight going into the heels to protect our knees. And then an inhale, coming all the way up to standing. Nice big circle. And on the exhale, hands coming down to the heart. Have a breath here. Keeping the shoulders down. Keeping the shoulder blades towards each other so you have a nice wide open chest. Fingers pointing up to the sky, hands energized. And root down throughout your feet, all the way down to the earth. Have a moment here, gaze in front of you. In one point that is not moving. And find that centeredness, that focus, that concentration of being here completely and fully. Tadasana, mountain pose, right? We're as solid as a mountain, it doesn't move. And slowly taking the arms down by your side, we're going to flow with Sun Salutation V. Sitting down low, chair pose, Utkatasana. Reach all the way up. Exhale, keep the belly in, flowing all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, come up halfway. Lengthen the spine, gaze forward. Exhale, step back into plank. And finding that strong plank, right? The belly is not hanging, your legs are engaged, your heels are pressing back, the neck is nice and long, top of the head reaching forward. And then slowly from here, either placing the knees down first, and then coming down with your upper body, or hovering down, then you bend your elbows, keep them in, and slowly lower down onto the belly. Inhale, rise for Cobra, heart lifts. Exhale, slowly coming down, and then back into Downward Dog. Have a breath in your Downward Dog. And then slowly get your feet closer towards each other. Inhale, lift your right leg high up to the sky. Really feel how your toes are alive. And then from here, bend your knee. Take the knee towards your core and slowly right foot steps forward between the hands. Turn your back foot out. And then inhale, rise for Warrior One. Both hips square to the front. And then arms reaching up, belly in. It's not a back bend, it's just straight up. And then exhale slowly, hands to the earth. Step back. Send your heels backwards. And lower down your weight. Maybe knees down first, maybe in one line. Rise for Cobra or Upward Dog. And then exhale into Downward Dog. Have a breath here. And then full exhale. Feet coming together. Inhale, the left leg rises. Really feel how you lift it. It's not automatic. And then bend your knee. And then take slowly the foot forward between the hands. Try to step forward without any big noise. Turn your back foot out. And then inhale, rise up for Warrior One. Again, hips square to the front. Belly in and up, back leg straight. For a knee bend. And then from here, slowly hands to the earth. And step back. Lower down. Rise for Cobra or Upward Dog. And then pull back into Downward Dog. 5 deep breaths here. Keep your focus on the breath. Remember, we committed to be fully here. Long inhale and long exhale. Receive the breath for you. And through the exhale, release whatever the body wants to release. Your mind or your emotions, whatever needs to be released. Very last one. Long inhale. All the air out through your mouth. Bend your knees. Prepare to step or hop forward to the top of the mat. Feet together. Inhale, coming up halfway. Uttanasana. And then on the exhale, Uttanasana. Uttanasana and Uttanasana. And then from here, bend your knees and rise to chair. Keep your hips low. Reach up. Again, feel the aliveness in the fingertips, in your arms. The heart is radiant. The core is active. And you have the grounding. Hips are heavy. And slowly back to standing Tadasana. Again, gaze forward, gaze to that one point, maybe the same point that you've been gazing at before, and just have a moment here. Feel the breath, feel your whole body, your whole presence. One focus. And so we will do 2 more rounds, a little bit more in the flow of Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. Arms down by your side. Sit down low. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, flow down, Uttanasana. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step back into plank. Slow, lower down. Rise for Cobra or Upward Dog. And while we move a little faster, try to maintain the same focus. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, foot forward between the hands. Back foot turns out. Rise, warrior one. Hands slowly coming down. Step back, lower down. Rise for Cobra or Upward Dog. And exhale back into Downward Dog. Feet together, inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bring it through. Try to make it without big noise, using the core, and then rise up for warrior one. And slowly hands to the ground. Step back. Lower down in one line, or knees down, and lift for Cobra or Upward Dog, and back into Downward Dog. 5 deep breaths here. Long inhale, long exhale. Try to not hang between the shoulders, lengthening the spine. Using your fingertips also to really press into the earth. Phyllis, use those fingertips. And then last breath. Long inhale. And then all the air out through your mouth. From here, prepare to step or hop forward. Feet coming together. Inhale, come up halfway. Maybe fingertips on the floor, maybe on your shins. Exhale, flow down. Uttanasana. And sit down again. Rise for chair. Arms above the head. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Again, find that spot that you've been looking at. The same point. Feel your center. Feel your presence. And let your focus be really fully 100% devoted to that one point. Last round. See if we can stay as focused, if we go even more fluid. Yeah, try to not have any thoughts coming in between, but really feel the body, feel all the instructions that I'm saying, and just really fully flow with the poses. Arms down by your side, and inhale, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, flow down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or hop back. Plank. Slowly lower down. Inhale to Cobra or Upward Dog. Exhale to Downward Dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, rise for warrior one. Find that same spot that you were looking at. Exhale, slowly flow down. Step back. Lower down. Inhale, rise to Cobra or Upward Dog. Heart opens. Back to Downward Dog. Inhale, left leg. Lift. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, rise. Warrior one. Find your focus. Exhale, hands to the earth. Plank. Lower down. Rise for Cobra or Upward Dog. And exhale to downward dog. Just be in the experience. 5 breaths here. Notice how the inhale comes in, how the exhale goes out. Notice what can you release more, what needs to be more engaged. Very last one, long inhale. And then all the air out throughout your mouth. Bend your knees, prepare to step or hook forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, flow down. And then sit down again low, maybe a little bit lower than before, and rise for chair. And from here back to Tadasana. Hands coming together at the heart. And find that spot that you are gazing at, your little marker, and just gaze at it. Don't let the mind go anywhere else. Notice the breath, notice your presence. And then from here, slowly arms coming down. So we will go into a little twisting. Sit down low. And then inhale, taking both arms up. You can even gaze up if that's available to you. And then slowly taking both arms down. The left arm's going to go against your right thigh. And then your right arm's going to go high up to the sky. And try to maintain a straight spine. Lengthen to the top of the head. Try to level both hips. And so don't let your left hip go back, but try to pull it back forward. And see if you can gaze up to the sky. Keep the belly in. Keep reaching up to the right fingertips. And then from here, slowly coming down, both hands to the earth. Coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. And then from here, inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or hop back. Plank. Slowly lower down, if possible, in one line. And rise for cobra or upward dog. Back into downward dog. Feet coming together. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Radiate through the toes. Evenly push both arms down, shoulders even. And then bend your knee, take the right foot forward between the hands. Now from here, step a little closer with your back foot. On an inhale, coming up into high lunge. So again, radiant arms. Your back heel is in the air, but you're pressing it backwards. Yeah, so back leg is engaged. And then from here, we slowly come down to halfway. So your upper body is in one line with your back leg. And from here, find the same twist again. So your right arm is reaching up, your left arm is reaching down. And you can gaze up, if available. Keep lengthening the spine, keep the belly in. Calmly breathing here throughout your nose. And then from here, slowly both hands coming down to the heart. And just take your body weight onto the right leg, coming into a variation of Warrior 3. Gazing forward. Again, find a spot to look at. And stay there with your gaze. See if you can connect that spot that you look at with your back toes. And the sensation of being in one line and being connected. Now from here, slowly step way back. On an inhale, both arms up again, high lunge. And then on the exhale, slowly hands to the earth. Step back for plank. Slowly lower down. Rise for cobra or upward dog. And then exhale back into downward dog. 5 deep breaths here. Notice how maybe there is more strength, more energy getting awakened. As we keep stoking this inner fire, the body starts to warm up. Very last one, long inhale. And then all the air out. From here, bend your knees, prepare to step or hop forward. On On an inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, fall down to Uttanasana. And then sit down low. Inhale, rise for chair, Utkatasana. Find again that gazing spot. Keep lengthening the tailbone down, keep the belly in, reaching up. And from here, we twist to the other side, right? So right arm coming against your left thigh, the left arm stretching up. Try to maintain the spine horizontal, not hanging down. Top of the head also not hanging. And then reach high up with your left arm. Right arm is also not dormant. Try to level the hips. Try to see if you can feel them. Are they aligned or not? Keep the belly in. One more breath here. Reach up. And then from here, slowly both hands coming down to the earth. Fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or hop back. Plank. Slowly lower down. Rise for cobra or upward dog. And then back into downward dog. Have a breath here. And then a nice full exhale throughout your mouth. From here, both feet coming together. Inhale, the left leg lifts. And take the left foot forward between the hands. Sliding a tiny bit closer with our back toes. As we're going to come up into high lunge. The front knee is bent. Back leg is straight. Send your back heel backwards. Lengthen all the way up. Roll those upper arms in. And then from here, you can take the hands already down to the heart. And find the alignment where your upper body kind of feels in one line with your back leg. Keep the belly in and slowly take the right arm down against your left thigh. Keep your back heel active and on an inhale, reach up with the left arm. Radiant through the fingertips. Keep pulling your left hip back. Keep lengthening the neck. Top of the head not hanging. One more breath, all the way down into the core. And then from here, slowly hands coming together at the heart. And you can just step forward or lean on that left leg, coming into warrior three. Right, again, level the hips, turn your right hip down. Gaze is forward, find your spot to look at. Heart is lifted, back toes active. And then from here, slowly coming up into the high lunge again. Reach up. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Step back for plank. Slowly lower down. Rise for cobra or upward dog. And then back into downward dog. You can walk it out or just be still in there. And again, maintain that stillness. If your mind still wanders away, even in downward dog, find a spot to look at. It can be between your feet. It can be higher up towards the knees. Or maybe it's an inner spot. You close your eyes and you're gazing at the navel. Right? Our fire center. One more breath here. Long inhale. And then all the air out through your mouth. From here, slowly open your feet slightly wider outwards. Turn them out. And then let yourself land a little bit deeper with your hips. Turn your knees out as well. And step or hop forward. And get into a squat. Slowly coming down, be mindful of your knees. If the knees are sensitive or your heels are not on the floor, you can always come up into high squat. Yeah? So you choose, have a moment here. And again, try to pull your spine out from the pelvis. So have a little lengthening. You can have again a 1 point steady gaze. Not roaming around with your eyes, but gaze at 1 point. And have another breath here. And from here, let's just have our left hand coming down to the floor. And on an inhale, open the right arm up. Again, a little twisting. And slowly take the hand down. On an inhale, open the left arm up. At the same time, you can press your thigh away from you with your opposite arm. Try to not let your head hang. And it is not hanging. And slowly, hands together. Inhale, right arm. Reach up. Don't let your head hang. Lengthen the neck. And slowly down. One more time. Inhale. And then both hands back to the center. Come up into Uttanasana. Gather your feet back to hip distance. Let yourself hang here for a moment. And again, have bend knees if you need it. And let's just have a last long inhale. Try to lengthen down a little bit more. And then on the exhale, throughout your mouth, let go. Get maybe your chest a tiny bit closer to your thighs. Yes, if you want, you can even hug from behind. Just lengthening. And then slowly free your hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or hop back. And slowly lower down. Rise for cobra or upward dog. Gaze is solid in one point in front of you. Working with drishti. Drishti is gaze. And then back into downward dog. Sometimes it can be quite interesting to observe, oh my gosh, my eyes are going in all directions. So do my thoughts, right? Through the optical nerve, our eyes are connected to the brain. So if your mind is rolling in all directions, your stories are rolling inside, then your mind will also jump from one point, your eyes will also jump from one point to the other. So therefore, if we work on the steady gaze, that's also stabilizing your mind. Steady gaze, one more time, so long inhale. And then long exhale. Feet coming together, inhale, the right leg lifts. And then on the exhale, step forward. It doesn't need to be a huge step. This time it could be just a meter. And if you have a block, have it nearby. So we could step a little closer. And then have both of your hands coming at your waist. If you need to, you can bend the front knee a tiny bit. Try to have both hips square to the front. And then coming up into a standing position. Yes, so both of our hands are squared on the hips. A little less distance is enough. Right, so it's like a tiny distance, 1 meter distance. Both hips square to the front. And then just have the left arm stretching all the way up. Your right hand can be at the sacrum or at your waist. On an inhale, reach up, lengthen up. Back leg is really solid, engage front knee, can have a little bend. Inhale, lift up, lengthen up. And then slowly belly is in, gaze is forward. Start to reach forward. Think about lengthening the spine and at the same time keep leveling the hips. From here, slowly come all the way down. Maybe your hand will land on the floor, maybe on a block on the outside of your foot. Or if you don't have a block, then on your shin bone on the outside, on the right side. Yes, once we have this, then you can slowly maybe start to roll your chest open to the right. Keep pulling your right hip back. And if this feels solid, then again, if you need to bend your front knee, then you can reach up with the right arm. Coming into Trikonasana twist. See if you can maintain the connection with your back heel. Keep pressing it down. Keep radiating through the top of your head. Very nice, everyone. Yes. One more breath here. Long inhale. And long exhale. Both hands coming down to the floor. From here, bend again the front knee and coming up into this warrior three. So both hands at the heart. Radiant through the back toes backwards. Gaze is forward. And this time, if you can, arms forward. You can bend the standing leg a little bit, but keep leveling your hips. Again, gaze at one point, don't move your gaze. And then slowly from here, both feet down to the floor. Sit down deep, Utkatasana, inhale, rise. Exhale, flow down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or hop back. Slowly lower down, going through a vinyasa between the two sides. So rise for cobra or upward dog. And then back into downward dog. Having a breath here. And then full exhale through your mouth. Get your feet together. Inhale, the left leg lift. And then exhale the foot forward between the hands. Step a little closer with your back foot. About 1 meter distance between your feet. Back foot turns out. Already here, level your hips. So pull your left hip back. And inhale, rise all the way up. From here, this time we can take the left hand down onto the sacrum. And then the right arm can just stretch way, way up. So from your back heel, as you press it down, really lengthen the whole front side. You create space in the spine. Take a deep breath here and slowly belly is in. Keep pulling the right hip forward, left hip back. Start to come down, reaching forward, creating space first in the spine. And then slowly coming down into the twist. Trikonasana twist again. Right hand down onto the floor outside the foot or in the shin or in a block. And again, find a place where you can lengthen the spine. Your neck is not broken, your head is not hanging. And you level both hips. Pull the left hip back. If this feels solid here, then slowly maybe you can open the left arm all the way up to the sky and maybe you can even gaze up without letting your head hang. You can have a tiny bit of bend in the front leg, but back leg is straight. Yes, beautiful. One more breath here. Gaze is solid in one spot, either up to the fingertips or somewhere down next to the foot. Just don't let it wander everywhere. From here, both hands coming down to the earth. And take that lift. Right leg lifts, level the hips, and coming into a warrior three. If you can, stretch both arms forward. Gaze is forward. Get into one steady spot. And then from here, take your right foot down. Inhale, slowly come up to chair. Exhale, flow down. Inhale, come up halfway. Long, long spine. Exhale, step or hop back into plank. And from plank, slowly lower down. Rise for cobra or upward dog. And then exhale into downward dog. Taking a nice long inhale. And then all the air out through your mouth. From here, prepare to step or hop forward with crossed legs so we can land into a sitting position. And then if you want, you can have like a little windshield wipers. Moving the knees, the hips in and out. Great. And then from here, let's just bend our right leg, right knee in front of us and have your left leg crossing over, coming into Ardha Matsyendrasana. So seated twist with bent knees. Try to have both sitting bones on the floor. If they are not, you can just extend your bottom leg forward. So the idea is that your left foot is really rooting down, anchoring down, that both sitting bones are on the floor. Your spine can be straight. If it doesn't feel this way, it's better to just extend the bottom leg, but then still this foot needs to anchor. Yeah? And then from here, both hands behind you. You can just lean on the fingertips, really press them down into the earth. Lengthen up. Have your right arm stretching all the way up, creating a nice long spine. And then on the exhale, you can take the arm down and use your arm to gently press your thigh away to create even more length in the spine. Think about lengthening your neck, the top of the head, and you can even gaze back above your left shoulder. Lengthen the neck. Gaze back. Again, your gaze is one steady point, horizontal, not down. Keep the belly in. One more time. On an inhale, we lengthen. And on the exhale, twist back a little deeper. And then from here, slowly coming back to the center. And you can just have a little wipers in between. And then shift to the other side. So this time the left knee is bent. Left foot next to your bum. But don't sit on it. So both sitting bones can root down. And your right foot is pressing down. If this is not working, maybe the hips are uneven, then have your left leg straight forward, flex the foot in the front, and also press this foot firmly down into the floor. Yes, so nothing is resting in this twist. Looks like it's a resting, but the base is really, really engaged, and then the lengthening is engaged, and everything is engaged, yeah? So both hands can come down behind first to create a little length, fingertips pressing down, long spine, belly in. And then from here, the left arm can just stretch up. And then we can twist. So use your arm again to press gently your thigh away. On an inhale, we can lengthen. On the exhale, you can twist back more. Don't forget the front foot. It's still pressing away the floor. Your fingertips are actively pressing away the floor as well, behind you. And then again, find one spot to gaze up. Maybe you can use with every inhale a little more length, with every exhale a little more twist, but maybe you are just staying in one spot. And the last breath here, long inhale, and maybe twist a little deeper with your exhale. And then slowly from here, coming back to the center. Have both hands behind you, decross the legs, have a little wipers. And slowly coming down onto our back. And you can just hug the knees in, you can sway or circle a little bit with the knees, massaging a little bit your back. And then placing your feet down close to the sitting bones, keep distance apart, taking your arms next to the hips and slowly pressing your pelvis up. Try to maintain the knees, keep distance so don't let them fall out or in. And then engaging our glutes to really lift the pelvis so you can start to roll the shoulders under and we can come into a bridge pose. So you can interlace the hands behind you or you can hold your own sacrum, elbows down on the floor. And just really breathe down into the navel. Maintain your gaze at the navel area. A few more breaths, really breathing down into the center, into the core, into our vital source. Last 3 breaths here. And then slowly, gently, you can come down. You can take the knees, the legs up. You can shake them out a tiny bit, maybe even your arms. And so we will finish this practice with a shoulder stand. Or if you have any issues with your neck, your shoulders, you can just have a block coming underneath the sacrum and just have a supported shoulder stand. Really just lifting the pelvis slightly up, but no big pressure on the neck and shoulders. Otherwise, get your elbows close in and slowly taking the legs above you. First, just let them hover above your head, above your upper body, and then use your hands to support your back and gently shoot your legs up to the sky. Right? The idea is always that you want to have the legs straight, so not leaning towards you, but straight up. And you can always cross your ankles and kind of engage more your inner thighs. Lengthen up. Having the elbows in, close to the rib cage. Again, have this vision that your legs are shooting up, like straight up from your center. So last few breaths here. Allowing slowly the breath to calm down. And then slowly, gently, you can come out. Carefully, vertebrae by vertebrae of your shoulder stand. You can hug the knees in for a moment. And we can just take a nice long inhale here while we are still hugging the knees. And then with a nice long deep sigh, releasing your legs, your arms. And I will leave it to you. We can end this practice in two ways. One way would be that you are getting into the full letting go, because we've been working on getting engaged, being focused all the time. And maybe you feel right now, I just want to soften. And you can just choose Shavasana and lie down and just completely let go and receive. Or if you feel like I got such a clear mind, and maybe a sitting silent meditation would suit you better, because something got really awakened inside and you just want to be alert, yet relaxed, yet listening, then you can also come into a sitting position. So your choice. Where do you feel you would receive the fruits of this practice better? And wherever you are, just really having a moment of completely letting go of that strong focus that we cultivated. And just getting into a place of inner relaxation, softness, and listening. It's not a moment to check out, to just, okay, I had to focus so much on one spot, now I can just think of everything else and, not be present anymore. If you are in Shavasana, that's also another moment of being present, but in a relaxed way. So sensing and feeling your body, sensing where did this practice take you. And settling into that inner stillness. So reflecting for a moment on where did this practice take you? What sensation this one point focus, this solid gaze gave you by committing to it in each pose? And noticing what is here for you to receive, to take with you into this day, maybe even further. What is here for you to receive? And then slowly start to deepen the breath a little bit more. Start to sense and feel the physical body as it's lying or as it's sitting, the sitting bones, your spine, your legs. This beautiful temple of you, your body, that is hosting you in this now moment, completely and fully. And if you've been lying, then you can start to move a little bit, your toes, your fingers. And then slowly you can find your way to roll onto your side. And when you're ready, just come up into sitting. And taking also a little moment here as we sit. The ground. To receive our breath and to acknowledge the fruits of your practice. Maybe you can reflect back on how did you feel at the very beginning with all our numbers and our evaluation and how you feel now. And then you can just have both of your hands coming together at the heart and just really bow to this inner strength that kept you going, that kept you motivated and driven to gather yourself, to go for it, and to do this inner work today. And then noticing that whenever you put effort into inner work, it's always bringing a result. Maybe first it's not visible. Sometimes it takes from us a couple of times of working on a topic until we can see that it's happening. But the energy is never lost. And we need to always celebrate our commitment, our effort, and our strength. So have a moment to really bow to you, to that spark within. And maybe for some of you, as I could see, sometimes kids are around, sometimes dogs are around, sometimes, right? So it's like, yet you practice that you want to be here. You want to be here. You want to go to your center and your core. So really celebrate that strength, that inner centering muscle that we've been working on and you've been working on this morning. And so let's just have a Om together to close this practice. And the long inhale. Maybe you notice that even your is longer than it was at the very beginning, since we are more connected and hopefully more centered into our own energy and presence. So gently opening our eyes. And thank you all so much for joining me this morning. Namaste.